Hi guys, how you doing out there? Dave here at the Humble Trekker channel. First week in November 2016 and winter's arrived. What we're going to do today, an overview of the Marttiini Sissi knife. This isn't going to be a big review, this is just going to be an overview showing you the features of this Marttiini Sissi knife, as it's called. No big review, no big cutting test. I'm going to just take you through the features and the functions of this knife, so if you see it on the web you might want to pick it up. This will give you the ins and outs of it. Okay, let's get in and show you all the angles. First of all, it's got an overall length 26 centimeters, a rubberized handle which gives you very nice grip, especially in cold conditions like this. It's textured, has the Marttiini logo there. There's plenty of size for a size 11 gloved hand, which mine is. Fits very nicely, and when it is cold like this, this nice rubber is very nice in the hand. It's got a 13 centimeter blade that's just over 5 inches, 5 1/8, 2/8 inches. A 3mm stock which narrows down to a swedge. And let's talk about the blade shape. I like it a lot. It's like a little mini Bowie. It's got kind of like a fighting look, but it's also a practical fish knife, general camp knife, hunting knife. Just a nice knife to have in your belt. Let's have a look at the swedge there, you see there. It's not sharpened, but it does narrow down. A wicked, is this going to focus? A wicked little point there. Kind of a low Scandinavian grind, and they've sharpened it here, and it is, yes, wickedly sharp. I think Marttiini and Mora and Hultfish, they have a little competition up here in Scandinavia who can come out with the sharpest knives. It says on the blade inox, stainless steel in other words, and then J Marttiini, and then I believe it says Finland there. It's a stick tang knife, it's not a full tang knife, but I've checked it with a magnet, and to the best of my ability I believe the tang comes all the way to about here. I'm not sure on the thickness, I've not been able to find any pictures of it without a handle on the web, but I think it's got a fairly strong stick tang construction round about finishing up here. It's a Rockwell hardness of 53 to 54. It's got a graphite covering of some sort of paint. I'm not sure exactly what the covering is, but it's like this grey graphite black. So even though it is stainless steel, they've coated it to give it a kind of a cold black tactical look. It comes with a black leather dangler sheath. The loop takes this is about a 5 centimeter belt. It goes through very comfortably. It's got, this is a metal piece of hardware here, a metal D-ring, so it's dangler, wears very comfortably on the hip, and it has very good retention, helped by the fact it's got that textured rubberized grip, so it's held very firmly in place and looks very good on the hip. I was interested in the name of this knife, the Sissi knife, and I did a little bit of research onto it. And it's actually got two meanings. One's a very straightforward meaning. It just means ranger. It's used in terms of the special forces, ranger type troops, the US Rangers, and that's used generally speaking. But it's also got another meaning, a much more deeper meaning. It actually captures the heart, the national soul, the national spirit of the Finnish people. It's how they band together as a small nation, how they live off the land, how they live as one with the land. And I think this is a beautiful word, which is actually, I've discovered, doesn't really have a translation into any other languages. You can only describe it as I'm doing to you now. I'm going to try and describe it the best I can. It became very important to the Finnish people during the Winter War, 1939 to 40, against the Russians, when a small Finnish army, ill-equipped Finnish army, ill-prepared, stood up against the might of the Red Army. There was never more than 250,000 Finnish men in the field, and they were up against over 50 Red Army divisions, 750,000 men. In some battles they were outnumbered 60 to 1, and they held off this huge Russian well-equipped army, which are tanks, aeroplanes, and finished enough anything like that, anywhere near that amount of equipment. And what held them together was their sissy spirit, their spirit of oneness, the spirit of their ability to live in the woods, the darkness, in the bitter cold, 30 below, 40 below, freezing temperatures. A handful of Finnish men in their sissy spirit, holding off hundreds of thousands of well-equipped Russian troops. Sissy spirit. Get a bit of that inside you. It's very light in the hand. I don't know exactly the weight, but it's very light. It's got a very, very good balance. You can imagine doing anything with this, and when it's on your hip, you virtually don't notice it's there. I picked it up in the summer, actually from the Hunting and Fishing Museum on the island of Åland, which is a very interesting place. It's an island between Sweden and Finland in the Baltic Sea, which is kind of like an independent state. It's got some sort of weird tax-free status. It's underneath the governorship of Finland, but they speak Swedish there, and they're big into hunting and fishing there and the outdoors life. So I went to the Hunting Museum there, and they were selling a whole bunch of Marttiini knives. So of course I picked one up as a souvenir. It cost me 40 euros, which I think is a pretty good price. That's about $45, because with it you also got this, came like in a little package, a ferrocerium rod with a striker. So with a good quality steel, the excellent handle, the comfort, the leather sheath, for 40 euros I was made up to get this as a little souvenir of my summer holiday. Thanks for checking into the Humble Trekker channel. I appreciate all the views, all the support, all the comments I get. So please get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this knife. If you've got a Marttiini knife, let me know what you think about your knife, which particular model you've got. If you are subscribed, I appreciate your subscription. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, because I come out with regular reviews of knives, camping equipment, bushcraft hacks. And then I'll see you next time on the Humble Trekker channel.